Hi everyone, welcome back to Coding with Carl, the show where I go from zero experience with Android development and Java to hopefully building a working application and having it for sale in the App Store and everything that goes along with that. This is episode 38 of the show, which means we spent 37 hours so far live on Twitch learning how to do this, and things are going quite well. I'm fairly happy with it. Now, if you are new to the show, you're watching this on Twitch and you're thinking, oh, I'd like to see the rest of the show. Well, you can. It's on YouTube. If you go to the Coding with Carl channel and look for the Zero to Android playlist, I upload all the episodes of the show directly to this playlist, usually within a few hours of the end of the stream. So feel free to drop by, subscribe, drop me a like if you are feeling that way inclined. And yeah. Let's get started. I think I had the day off yesterday, so I need to refamiliarize myself with where we are. But I think we had a bug. We were building a schedule task interface. And we spent 4 or 5 hours on this now, so it's been a bit of a beast. But we did get to the point where we could create a task that repeated every single day, and that seemed to work fairly well. But if you want to do something that repeats on the same day every week, that wasn't working. So I'd like to find out where I went wrong with that. And let's just check, first of all, that, yeah, so as you can see, 8 AM morning routine is repeating quite well. But what isn't working is if we say that every Saturday at 9 AM, let's create something. Day of week at 9 AM for 1 hour on a Saturday. We do, I don't know, badminton, for example. No goal. Then it should appear in tomorrow's list at 9 AM, but it is not. It isn't. It's appearing on Monday. Did I put Monday? I thought I put Saturday. Okay, Friday head, Friday brain is failing. So I'm going to do that again. I'm going to say 10 then. Day of week. Saturday. For 1 hour. Football. Definitely put Saturday there. And again, it has appeared on Monday. So I think this calculation that I've made here, working day of week, is not working. And I think it's because of this 3 here. So I'm going to get to grips with the math of figuring out what that working day of that week actually is. And I saw it on Stack Overflow, didn't I? So it was working out the day of week from Unix timestamp, and it should be in purple. There we are. So here it was. Now everything was fine up until this add 4 and modulo here. And I believed that that was to offset, because the 0 on a Unix timestamp is a Thursday. I thought that adding 3 to it would make 0. So we'd move 0 from Friday to Saturday to Sunday. So we move Sunday would be the 0 slot. But I'm wondering if that's throwing off this modulo 7. I'm wondering if I need to do it after the fact. Yeah, let's have a look. So if I did say today, top of today, so we do here, that'd be 0, 0, 0. In GMT, that would give this timestamp. And then if I did that timestamp divided by 86,400, which is the number of seconds in a day, then that would give me 17,659 days that have passed since the 1st of January 1970, I think. So if that's the case, and we did that, and then we mod that by 7, which we can't do in Alfred, so let's get an iTerm session open. Jump into handy Node.js and do this. Seconds, sorry, that's days elapsed. Okay, var days elapsed equals this. Then we could do days elapsed modulo 7, and that would give me 5 days which have passed since last Thursday. That doesn't sound right, does it? Because it's Friday now. I guess it does. Does it? No, it doesn't. Yeah. So another important part of this stream is for me to show you that you don't have to be good at math to write programs, because I am awful at it. So if today is Friday, and this, what would this be? That would be Tuesday? Ah, right, I messed this up. That was Tuesday, so that shows how long it's been since I used this tool. So let's try that again. Epoch timestamp there. We'll do that divided by 86,400, 17,662. Okay. Days elapsed equals that. And run that again. Modulo 7 gives us 1. Which is right, isn't it? Because 0 would be Thursday and 1 would be Friday. But what happens if we do days elapsed plus 3 modulo 7? And we need to do that in brackets, of course, because the modulo would happen before the addition. That would give us 4. And if Monday was 1, then, or if Sunday was 0, Monday would be 1, Tuesday would be 2, Wednesday would be 3, Thursday would be 4. So it is wrong, it should be plus 4. Assuming that Monday is 1. Okay. And this, what happens if I do days elapsed minus minus 1 hour, which would be 3,600? It becomes 3. No, we're an hour in front. So local time, I'm an hour in front. That would be 0. You see how wildly these things change? Oh, wait. That's days elapsed. It's not seconds elapsed. Yeah. So at least we know that that should be 4. And that assumes that Sunday in our list is 0. Let's have a look at the list. Proto operation options. Here we are. So Monday would be 0, not Sunday. Right. So if everything was correct, which it was here, then today is the 5th day of the week, which would mean 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that should bring us back to somewhere. Right. That should be right. Let's have a look. First thing I'm going to do is nuke the data in my database so that we've got a fresh slate to work with. Storage, clear data, okay. And we'll run this app again. Sorry, question from Gatre. Math can help with, but it depends on a lot what kind of program you write. Yeah, I completely agree with that. Game developers need math a lot more than app developers, I think. Although working with dates is notoriously difficult and can be more so in other languages. I like JavaScript. It has a nice date library called moment.js. That one's really good. Okay, so new schedule task. That's going to be, let's say, every Saturday at 9 AM. 1 hour. Saturday. Select task. Football. Create. No goal. Should be in tomorrow. Not there. Where has it gone? It hasn't gone anywhere. Yeah, so I'm going to debug this and find out what's going on. Let's set a breakpoint here. We've already got one, so that's fine. Let's do this. And I'm not a big fan of Android Studio. I think it's slow, but I do like the debug interface quite a lot. Schedule tasks. Day of week. 10 AM this time. We'll do 1 hour. And Saturday. Select task. Football. No goal. Okay, here we are. I want to be here, not here, so we'll resume. There we go. Okay, so let's jump forward a little bit. And right now we're on 0, which is today. So we shouldn't fire anything. We should jump straight over this. Yeah, we did. So now 0 should be, I should be 1, which means tomorrow, which should be a Saturday. So what is working day of week? Working day of week has come out at 5. And 5 would not be Saturday, it would be Friday. So why is that? Let's have a look at top of working day right here. Let's copy that value, jump into here. Oh, hang on. Are we incrementing top of working day? Starting TS, that's fine, that's today local. Plus, so this should read Friday. No, this should read Saturday. Oh, of course, it's I plus 1. Is it? No, it's not. It's not at all. Why is that Friday? That means we started on a Thursday and it's now Friday. So what's starting TS? Sorry, I was wrong. I need to be looking at my time zone here. My time zone is Friday. So that's right. And this top of working day here, copy value, Saturday. Right, so the question is, why has this resulted in this being 5 when it should have come out at 6? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It should have come out at 6. Is it because of that hour offset? does the time zone offset need to be worked into this calculation? He does mention something about that. He says, this assumes that you want the day of the week in UTC. If you want to calculate it for another time zone, you need to perform some addition or subtraction of hours and minutes on T first, and we are doing. So let's run that through. We do this divided by 86,400, and that gives us a fractional number. That could be a problem. Let's jump back into Node. Let's do this divided by 86,400. That's not quite a whole number. Maybe that's where I'm screwing things up. Maybe losing that decimal portion there, because this is integer math and we've come across this problem before, it will drop the 0.95, which could take us back a whole working day. So I think what we need to do is, this needs to be a floating point operation. And how do we make that happen? Do we do something like that? Double requires int. So it looks like everything in this calculation has to be cast to a double. And that should result in an integer. So if we do that, and then we do plus 4, what does that give us? Similar sort of thing. And then if we modulo that by 7, it gives us another fractional number, 5.95. So that to me is still UTC. It is, it's still UTC. Hi Danger R, what are we up to? We are, at the minute, trying to figure out how to reliably get the day of the week from the Unix timestamp with a time zone offset. And I'm wondering why the result that we're getting is still coming out at UTC. Because that 0.9583333332121, that is, to me, represents the hour difference between the time zone I am in now and UTC. Because it should be coming out at 6. Now I could round it up, but I'm not sure if that's dangerous. I'm not sure if that's dangerous. Should I round it up? What do you guys think? How would that break? If we were in a time zone that was 12 hours behind, I guess the only thing we can do is test it. I guess we could round it up. This might be a horrible, horrible thing to do, and I'm showing my lack of mathematical knowledge. But we need to get this working, and we can always come back after I've had a coffee and a shower or whatever it is that makes these things come to me all of a sudden, and fix it later. Java, round number. So is there a round function? So say we did something like round. Is it math.round? What's wrong? Why? Am I missing one? Yes, I'm missing one. Am I? Right, so that is that. Yeah, we need another one over here. And we should have one there, one there. That one's in the wrong place. Requires int. Do I really have to explicitly cast everything in here as a double? This is a really bad idea. Look how awful that looks. Found long requires int. I really don't like doing math in Java. I don't like doing math ever, but having to explicitly cast everything is an absolute nightmare. So the first thing we need to do is this calculation here. And then we modulo that. Let's have a look at math.round then. Takes a double. So where's it getting long from? Is it this? Is it this? No. Is it that? Okay, that looks all right. Let's run the debugger again and see what's going on. Do you prefer Mac keyboard mouse over PC keyboard and mouse? I do actually, yeah. I've tried a lot of different ones, and I've tried the ones with the big clacky keys, but I find that the keyboard throw, i.e. the range of motion when you press down on a key, the higher the throw for me, the slower my typing. So I actually really like the keyboard on the new MacBook, although lots of people have had issues with it, because I just feel faster on it. I always fancied one of those laser keyboards where you just tap on the table, but I never bought one. Okay, let's do this. Where were we? Schedule tasks. Every day of the week at, let's say, 4 AM, 1 hour. We'll do it on a Saturday again. Select task, sleep. Okay, here we are. I'm going to jump over this one, come in here, and now we can actually see what's happening step by step. What's this one? Show execution point. This is where we want to be. Okay, and that has returned working day of week 5, which is still Friday. Not loving that either. Oh, of course, the seal rounds up and rounds down. What I'd like is if it's more than 0.5 for it to round up. Math rounding. Mode. Ceiling down, floor half down, half even, half up. Half up is what I want to do. But how do I use this? There must be a round method that allows me to pass the rounding mode to it, surely. Java math round half up. Aid on FPS. Yeah, I didn't realize that. It's just how it feels to me, really. It just feels faster. I think it's just how far my fingers have to move that's different. Math.round rounds to 1. It's not that. Yes, give me an example. Rounding mode.value of. Why is everything so complex in Java? I just want half up. That's JavaScript. If anybody actually knows how to do this on the stream, please feel free to share. Do we have math.round half up? I can do seal. I don't feel like that's a good idea. This should not be difficult. Surely I'm not the first person that's wanted to do this. Math. Round. Okay, so here we go. This is just... And we have round with a double. We have random, random, random. So... Are these in alphabetical order? If they are, that doesn't really help us. Floor, seal. Turns the largest closest to positive infinity, double value. I could do it myself. I could just say that if the result of this, if I get the okay. I am a bit at a loss here to do. Figure out the math of this. It breaks down when you move the UTC midnight back or forward because of, I don't know why. Think about it, I could do the whole thing, then figure out the offset and figure out whether that takes us over a day boundary or not, and then did not expect this to be this difficult. And it's a lot harder to do this on stream with everybody watching than with a pen and paper on your own. Did I break something there again? No, I broke something here. And what's the problem now? Found double required long. No, don't feel like it should have changed between floor and seal. Okay. And I guess what I could do is just make that an integer and then cast that to an integer there. Let's try again. I know this is going to give us the result that we want in our local time zone, but that doesn't help people in America. So it's not going to be acceptable long term. Day of week at 6 AM, 1 hour on a Saturday. Sleep. Jump over this one. And then hang on a second. I just screwed up. It should have been 5. And it was quite right to be 5. Because this, it represents Friday because I is 0. So here, this is where it should come back as 6. Working day of week, 6. Alright, so that should trigger this block of code, and it didn't. Because input was 7. If input was 7, Zero, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It should have been 6. Unless these aren't 0 indexed. Why do they do this? Does Sunday make input 1 then? Let's actually try that. Scheduled tasks. Day of week, 2 AM, 30 minutes on a Sunday. Now this is going to either come back as 0 or 1. And we want the input variable, which is there. It's come back as 1. That is incredibly frustrating. So now I have to remember that the position did I +1 it? Where is that stored? It's stored in the goal adapter. No, it's not. It's stored in the goal activity. It's stored insert into prototype. It's stored here, and input is there. And input comes from here, and it comes with a default value of 0. So what I want to do is I want to go to my prototype activity, and I want to look at input. I want to look at this. So I'm going to set a breakpoint there. I'm going to run in debug mode again. I'm going to see if it is 0 or 1. And look, I've done it. I put +1. That has screwed me up. Why did I do that? I did it because if the input is... I don't know why I did that. I feel like that's a bad idea. So I'm going to remove it. Alright. So if that's the case, then 0 gets pushed all the way through to focus lib, which is where we were. And here, it should match up with the day of the week. It should. So that kind of explains our off by 1 problem. I thought that I needed to change this here to 3, when in reality what I needed to do was not +1 it over there. So what does that give us then? Let's nuke the database again so we get rid of the junky data that we're not that we don't care about. And run debug mode again. I don't want that breakpoint now because I know what I'm doing. Where was it? It was in the prototype activity, right? Where's that breakpoint there? Remove that one and jump back to focus lib. There's another breakpoint in here that I don't care about, so I'm going to remove that as well. There, and debug. Okay, schedule tasks. We're going to do day of week, Saturday at 9 AM, 30 minutes, golf. No goal. Here we are. We now should have more sensible values to work with. So this would represent Friday, which should mean that working day of week comes back at 5, which it does. And input is 6, so it should skip this loop iteration and come back into here where they should match. Input is 6, working day of week is 6, and then jump in. Content values size 4. And then now we are going to put into the slot table goal ID of 0, which is right because it was null. Timestamp, top of working day plus seconds offset. Okay, that's fine. And seconds offset is 32,400 divided by 60 divided by 60, which gives us 9 AM. Can write that in. Task ID, that should be 1. And slot size should be 1 because we said 30 minutes. Where's values? There we are. slot size 1, right? So that should write that into there. And then we should be okay. So let's mute the rest of the breakpoints. And run it to completion, and it should appear tomorrow at 9 AM. And then it should appear the next Saturday as well. There we go, 9 AM. Phew. But I don't love this math.seal. I really don't like that. I'm going to put that in my bugs list. Okay, so bug list down here somewhere. Bugs. Math.seal in the population job. This doesn't feel right to me. Figure out a better way. Okay, at least we know for now that at least if you're on a UK time zone, which I am, it's going to do what we asked it to do, which is a good thing. And just for good measure, let's make sure that we can still do every day. So I'm going to do schedule tasks every day at 9 AM. And we'll get to see now whether it conflicts and how it conflicts as well. Do 1 hour morning routine. Create, no goal. Okay, so then today at 9 AM it should be there. It is. Tomorrow, golf. Didn't overwrite, which is good. The day after, morning routine, morning routine, morning routine, morning routine. So that is working nicely. Lovely. Okay. That's a good place to be at the end of the week. And the next thing that we need to do with this is to implement day of year, I believe, or day of month. Day of month is going to be hard to do because there are a variable number of days in a month. So that bears some thought, and day of year is going to be even harder because we've got leap years to contend with as well. So I think I should spend the weekend thinking about those things, and we should probably spend the last 10 minutes of the stream looking at how many to-dos we've got in our code, how many log entries we've got in our code, and just generally having a little tidy up. So luckily I have this little to-do helper, and we should be able to use this. I've got to-dos in here? Really? Okay, we can get rid of that, can't we? That's one. What's this one? To do, update blank fragment layout. Let's get rid of that then. And that should clear those two. Can I refresh this? How do I refresh it? Preview source. Do I just go like this? It's crashed on me. That's gone. Values, that's gone. What have we got in here? Day of week, support them. Okay, we're alright with those. Start the task activity in a different mode. We do that now. Ah, wait. Yes. We do have a different mode for the task activity. We have a browse mode. So yeah, that's a job for next week as well. Being able to switch to this and view our tasks and view our goals without having any specific output from them. We need to do that. Create activity for this. Which one? We've done that. Settings we can now do as well, I think, because we do have a settings table, don't we? No, we're not yet. We're going to put one in. And that's going to be like start of day. So that's needs to be done. And planner fragment, what's in here? Write a function to get this as it's duplicated in planner activity. What's that all about? Time zone get default, current day TS, top of day local. Is today. Yeah, I think we've already done that. That can go. Rename method, what's this? Uncreate view. Update argument, a hook method into the UI event. I don't know what this is. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of that. Okay, what have we got in here? I'm okay with this now. I don't know whether I'm okay with it because Java just disgusts me in general, or but I am okay with that now. Okay, not there. And what is this? This is broken in schedule task mode. Ah, of course it is. Yeah, this one's going to be a tricky one as well. So what happens when we go to schedule task? If we say every day at 19:30. And 1 hour, and did Twitch, you'll notice there it says 1 AM, and it says 1 AM, but what we're actually passing through to it here is not a timestamp but a seconds offset. So we're formatting, getting the current date, this.timestamp. This.timestamp is that. So we come through to the task activity from the prototype activity, right? Here, this intent. And we don't pass through a timestamp, which means that the timestamp is coming. What we do pass through is a start seconds slug there. So this is defaulting to 0 right there. And then we're using the offset, and that's why it's coming back at 1 AM. Because we are an hour in front. So I think what I need to do is switch mode on this somewhere. And what do I need to do for that? Do I just need to hide it? Does it need to be there? I don't think it does. So if we do if this dot mode does not equal this dot mode schedule task, we do we need that. So I could do title.set visibility and then have gone, else do this, get rid of that, and I need to show it after, so I'll do title.set visibility visible. And that is a JavaScript operator, not a Java operator. There we go. Let's see if that works. All right, we are nearing the end of the stream, everyone. So if you have any questions for me, feel free to put them in the chat and I'll have a look at them. So yeah, schedule tasks. Let's do every day at 4 AM, 30 minutes, and we'll just do Twitch or something. I missed it because it wasn't there. No, it is there. Shouldn't be there. Should be gone. Did I not save it? If this dot mode, which is set there, does not equal 0, which it shouldn't do here, then set the visibility to view.gone. Else, do this and make it visible. Gone. Good. Very good. Okay, and let's just check that we can still do this. Yeah, it was there, look. 1900, so yeah, that's okay. And you know what, just for lols, I'm going to tidy that up and make it look better than it does. Layout, task, no. Activity, task, that one. Design view, please. There. Yeah. I was very new to constraint layout when I built these. So this is constrained to the top and the sides. Match constraint wrap content. 16 around, is that right? This should be constrained to the bottom of this. Let's break that constraint. And this should have 16 pixel borders all around it. Not borders, margins. This is constrained to the wrong thing. This needs to be constrained to the side and match the text baseline of this. And this, where is the list view? There. Should constrain to the bottom of here. Now, why has it gone like this? Okay. Definitely didn't want it to do that. Is there something, like, what's going on? There, right, okay. So why is this now, what is this weird chain thing we've got going on? Why is there such a big gap? Let's break all that. Let's break it and figure out why. 16, right? Match constraint, wrap content, match constraint. Wrap content, I want match constraint on both of those. No, that's not what I want. Why is this so large? I'm very confused. The height, oh, of course, the height should be on wrap content. But I can't figure out why there's this huge gap here. Maybe they need to do this 2 ways? No? What about this one? That's why. Like a 253 pixel. Look at this. It's crazy. Right, so I think what I need to do is change the width of this. and that needs to be bound to the side of that, right? I can't even see it to do it there. Maybe I need to set the width to like 40% or something. Can I do that? 60 dp. Man, this is like... Okay, I officially now hate constraint layout. This makes no sense to me at all, and I thought I had it sussed out, and I absolutely have not. So I'm just going to undo everything and come back to it. Wow. Undo all the things. Do we still have the ability to create scheduled tasks? Because I don't know if the undo does everything, or do every day, 10 AM, 30 minutes, shower, create, no goal. There it is. Okay, we are good. All right, guys, I think I'm going to call it a day here because I know it's Friday and everybody's got to get off to the parties and or have a takeaway or whatever it is you do on a Friday night. I know I will be having a glass of wine tonight, and that will be lovely. Yeah, and when we come back next week, I'll hopefully have a plan for how to implement the last two scheduled task methods, which will be these two. Day of month and day of year. They're going to require a lot of fiddly user interface work and a lot of fiddly figuring out how to convert them into timestamps and whatnot. So it's going to be a fun week next week. But once we've done that, we can start moving on to some really interesting stuff. If you look at the to-do list, we have a starting reminder. So we'll start working with notifications in Android, and here time tracking. So it'll be, once we have this, I'd like to do like a media sort of notification, you know, like on Spotify where you scroll down and you have a play and a pause button. So when something's about to start, I want to be able to say, yes, I am actually doing this, and then for it to know how many minutes based on when you play and pause it you've put into that, which will allow us to track how much time we're investing in our goals and set targets on it and things like that. So that should be fun. We've also got like swipe out menu. That'll be interesting. And yeah, and then we've got loads of bugs to fix down here as well. So still plenty of work to do, guys, and we will get started on Monday at 7:30 PM UK time. Not seeing any questions in the chat, so I'm just going to check my changes into version control for the day. And this is episode 38, is it? Yeah. So end of episode D to there, 38. Fixed the problems with the day of week operation in schedule tasks. Wonderful. Commit. It's going to give me a warning about having to-dos in my code, and I'm going to ignore them. That's it. We are done. So have a wonderful weekend, everyone. Just for the benefit of people who caught the stream later, if you want to catch up on today's episode or any of the previous ones, you can go to YouTube, check out Coding with Carl, and on the 0 to Android playlist is where you'll find everything. Feel free to subscribe and leave me a like, or follow me on Twitch. I would be very grateful for it. And I'll see you all next week. Take care, enjoy coding, and see you soon.